Some days, you wake up already tired. And even so, you push through work, traffic, responsibilities, noise, pressure. When night finally comes, all you want is to lie down and crash. But that's not what happens. You lie down, and your body is still buzzing, your mind won't shut off. It's like something's off, as if your body is stuck in active mode and no longer knows how to rest. And then comes the frustration. I'm exhausted. Why can't I sleep? What's even more confusing is that, on the surface, you did everything right. You had dinner, took a shower, turned off the lights. But still, sleep doesn't come. Or it comes lightly, interrupted, far from restorative. You wake up feeling like you ran a marathon in your sleep. And it keeps repeating day after day. The body doesn't relax, the mind doesn't slow down, and the fatigue just piles up. Sometimes you feel like you've lost control over something that should be natural. The truth is that sleep starts being built long before night arrives. It's your body's response to how you lived during the day, how you woke up, moved, ate, breathed, felt, reacted. And if your body doesn't receive the right signals, it doesn't know it's time to stop. But when you learn how to prepare that foundation, sleep begins to return. Not as an obligation, but as a natural consequence of how you cared for yourself throughout the day. Most people think that good sleep only depends on what happens at night. As if it's just about lying down, turning off the lights, and waiting for sleep to come. But the body doesn't work like that. It takes into account everything you did during the day, how you woke up, what you ate, how much you moved, how you handled stress, how you breathed. Every little action sends signals to your brain. And this chain of signals is what determines whether your body can shut down when night falls. If those signals are confusing, irregular, or absent, the body doesn't know what to do. It gets lost between alertness and rest. Even if you're physically tired, your brain stays wired. That's why so many people get to bedtime feeling plugged in even if they didn't do anything unusual that day. The issue isn't at night, it's in how the day was handled. Sleeping well is the result of a routine that teaches your body to respect its own timing. It's not about magic or miracle formulas. It's about conscious choices, repeated gently, that reorganize your internal clock. The body loves patterns. When it recognizes a logical sequence, it responds more easily. And that doesn't require a full lifestyle overhaul. You can start small, with what's already within reach. What you do when you wake up, how much you move, what you eat, how you deal with stress, all of that builds the inner environment where sleep will, or won't, happen. And that's what we're going to focus on now. How to prepare your body during the day, without pressure or suffering, using practical actions that make a real difference at night. And the first one begins the moment you open your eyes. Wake with intention. Start your day by signaling your body it's time to wake up. Have you noticed how waking up any old way throws off your whole day? Opening your eyes in a rush, already stressed, skipping steps, it puts your body into survival mode right away. It reacts, but it doesn't wake up well. Your brain, still foggy, tries to figure out what's happening, and suddenly, you're neck deep in urgency, deadlines, and pressure. This triggers a state of alert that, if not balanced, can follow you all the way to bedtime. But when you create a more intentional wake-up routine, even a simple one, your body starts to understand that there's a rhythm. Opening the window for natural light, getting up slowly, drinking a glass of water, stretching your muscles. Small things, but they serve as a good morning to your system. Starting your day with presence and calm signals to your body that it's safe, and that already begins regulating your internal clock. A clock that, by the end of the day, will need an opposite signal, that it's time to power down. This care with how you wake up may seem small, but it changes how your body behaves in the hours that follow. Your mind feels clearer, your mood improves, and even your appetite follows a better rhythm. It's like setting up the first domino piece. It defines the direction of all the others. And when that direction is balanced, the path toward nighttime becomes much smoother. Especially when you understand the role morning light plays in this process, and start using it intentionally. Morning light is a powerful, and free, remedy for your body's clock. Few people realize it, but natural morning light is one of the most powerful regulators of sleep. When you expose yourself to daylight in the first hours after waking up, you send a direct signal to your brain. The day has begun, you can shut off the melatonin now. That clear message helps reset your biological clock, your circadian rhythm. And this clock will later determine when your body starts producing melatonin again, preparing you to fall asleep at the right time. The problem is that most people wake up indoors, under dim artificial light, and only see sunlight hours later, if at all. This delay in solar exposure keeps the body disoriented, unsure of where it is in the day. And when night comes, that same clock is still running on alert, making it harder to fall asleep. It's like being jet-lagged without even leaving town. That's why, whenever possible, open your windows, spend a few minutes outdoors, have breakfast near natural light, or take a walk before starting your tasks. You don't need direct sun, just brightness. This simple habit has a deep impact on your hormone regulation, your energy levels, and most importantly, your sleep quality. And when that morning light is combined with movement, your body understands even faster what it needs to do throughout the day. Move early. A body that's active by day rests better at night. The human body is made to move. When you spend long stretches sitting, in closed environments, with little physical activity, your system begins to slow down, become disorganized, and resist sleep. The energy that wasn't used during the day needs to come out somehow, and it often shows up at night as restlessness, racing thoughts, or trouble relaxing. It's as if your body is saying, "We're not done with the day yet." Getting moving early in the day helps break this cycle. Walking, stretching, climbing stairs, dancing, doing anything that wakes up your muscles and breath. It's not about going to the gym or chasing performance goals, it's about naturally activating the body. This movement stimulates your brain, lifts your mood, regulates appetite, and gets your body ready to rest more deeply when night falls. It's an internal reset that starts with just a few minutes and adds up over the course of the day. And more than that, regular movement reinforces a clear cycle of action and rest. Your body starts recognizing what's day and what's night, when to be productive and when to power down. This directly impacts the quality of your sleep, how long it takes to fall asleep and how deeply you rest. But for that cycle to work well, you also need to be mindful of how and when you rest during the day, and that's where naps come into the picture. Avoid long or irregular naps. Nighttime sleep needs space. Taking a nap during the day might feel like a quick fix after a poor night's sleep. And in some cases, a brief rest can help you regain energy. But when naps are long, poorly timed, or happen too often, they end up stealing rest from your nighttime sleep. Your body thinks it's already had enough rest and no longer sees the need to produce melatonin as strongly in the evening. That's when the cycle begins to fall apart. Ideally, if naps are truly necessary, they should last no more than 20 to 30 minutes and take place before 3 p.m. After that time, the risk of interfering with your night's sleep increases. Also, napping for too long can leave you groggy, unfocused, and even more tired. This creates a rebound effect: fatigue, more naps, less sleep at night. And the cycle repeats, becoming harder and harder to break. Building a routine that protects nighttime sleep requires a bit of adaptation. It means resisting the urge to lie down during the day and instead choosing other ways to recharge: a mindful break, deep breathing, a light outdoor walk. These small pauses are healthier than irregular naps, and they work even better when paired with meals that support your body at the right times, without overdoing or skipping. Eat well, regularly, and avoid overeating in the evening. The way you eat throughout the day directly affects your sleep. Eating at irregular times, skipping meals, or overeating at night throws off your body's internal rhythms. It spends the day trying to compensate for lack of energy or struggling to digest food at the wrong time. At night, instead of winding down, your body stays active, processing heavy meals, making it harder to fall asleep and reducing sleep quality. Heavy dinners keep your body working when it should be slowing down. Digestion takes energy, activates your organs, and raises your body temperature. All of this delays the natural release of melatonin and can cause discomfort right when you're trying to fall asleep. Heartburn, restlessness, a bloated feeling, these are all obstacles to rest, even if your mind is calm. On the other hand, eating too little or skipping dinner can cause your blood sugar to drop during the night, which also disrupts sleep. The key is balance, regular meals throughout the day, with natural foods, fiber, light proteins, and consistent meal times. This helps your body function smoothly and arrive at night feeling like everything's in order. And when your body feels nourished and safe, it rests better, especially if you're also taking care of how you handle stress throughout the day. Manage stress throughout the day to avoid a night full of tension. Stress is a natural response to challenges, but when it builds up without relief, it becomes a constant weight you carry all the way to bedtime. Even if you try to disconnect at night, your body remains in alert mode, as if something still needs to be handled. That state blocks your brain from relaxing deeply enough for true rest. Emotional tension becomes physical tension, tight shoulders, shallow breathing, a racing heart. It's common to only notice stress when it overflows, but really, it builds up in small doses, a tough conversation, an unresolved task, a never-ending rush. When your body doesn't find ways to release it throughout the day, it takes everything to bed with you. That's why learning to spot pressure points and creating intentional breaks is a practical way to protect your sleep. Taking deep breaths, stretching, journaling, listening to calming music, all of these help release the stress that's been quietly piling up. These breaks don't need to be long, but they need to be real. 1 minute of true presence is better than 10 minutes distracted. And when these pauses become part of your routine, your body realizes it doesn't have to save everything for later. That brings ongoing relief, which shows up at night. But for it to really work, you also need to respect the times when your body asks for silence, even during the day. Those often ignored moments are like seeds of rest, planted long before sunset. Honor breaks. Your body needs recovery moments before night. Throughout the day, your body and mind accumulate stimuli, tasks, and decisions. When you go hours without a real break, it starts to weigh on you. Your body responds with fatigue, irritability, and lack of focus. Still, many people push through, ignoring the signs. By the time night comes, your system is overloaded, not just physically, but mentally too. And with so much built up, rest doesn't come easily or naturally. Taking regular breaks during the day helps distribute that load more evenly. 5 minutes to breathe slowly, close your eyes, sip water with attention, or step outside. These small moments give your nervous system a chance to reset. Your body learns it doesn't have to operate at full speed all the time. And that brings down the level of alertness that often stays active even after you're in bed. These breaks also serve as training for rest. You teach your system how to switch between action and recovery. And the more often this back and forth happens in your day, the easier it becomes to make the shift at night. Sleep becomes the natural continuation of a more balanced day, not an emergency fix for accumulated exhaustion. And as night approaches, that care can be deepened even more by gradually reducing stimulation, especially the kind that enters through your eyes and ears. Reduce visual and auditory stimuli as the day winds down. Your body needs clear signals to understand that the day is coming to an end. And one of the most effective ways to do that is by reducing the stimuli that keep your brain in alert mode. Loud sounds, bright lights, glowing screens, and fast movement all confuse the nervous system. Even if you're not doing anything stimulating, your environment alone may be preventing your body from starting the wind-down process. As night approaches, it's worth gradually lowering the intensity of what you see and hear. Warmer lighting, lower volumes, softer music. These subtle changes begin to shift your brain into a different rhythm. It's as if you're saying to your body, without using words, we're moving into a calmer space. And it gets the message. Slowly, sleep-inducing hormones start to surface, and the tension built up over the day begins to melt away. These environmental signals are powerful because they work without you even having to think about them. Once they become part of your routine, they act like a silent guide. But for this to work effectively, your day needs a clear closing. A conscious transition between action mode and rest mode. And that closing can be something you create, through simple, repeated rituals that help your body recognize the right time to stop. Draw a clear line between the end of the day and the start of rest. Many people stay in the same pace right up to the minute they hit the pillow. They finish tasks, reply to messages, tidy up the house, then suddenly turn off the light, hoping their body will shut off too. But your body needs time between one state and the next. It needs to understand that the day is over and the focus has shifted to rest. When there's no clear separation between these moments, the brain stays in active mode, and sleep takes longer to come. Creating that boundary between the end of the day and the start of rest can be simple, but it needs intention. It might be a warm shower, changing into comfortable clothes, dimming the lights, putting your phone in another room, writing down 3 good things from the day, or listening to a calm song. The important thing is to repeat this ritual daily, a quiet way of signaling, the day is done. And the more consistently you do it, the more your body learns to respond. This ritual acts like a bridge between what has passed and what is to come. It doesn't need to be long or complicated. It just needs to be consistent. When consistency becomes part of your life, your body stops resisting and starts trusting. It understands that there's a structure, one that protects, nurtures, and sets the stage. And within that structure, slowing down stops feeling like a threat and becomes a natural response. But for this to happen smoothly, your body needs to learn, day by day, that slowing down is safe. Teach your body that slowing down is safe by repeating the pattern daily. Slowing down isn't something the body does instantly, especially if it's spent years in a state of constant alertness. Many people feel that when they try to relax, their minds actually speed up. That happens because the body hasn't yet learned to see slowing down as a safe space. It misreads silence as threat, rest as risk, darkness as danger. And that's why sleep doesn't come easily. The body is still in defense mode. But little by little, you can teach your body that it's safe. And this happens through repetition. When you repeat a calm evening routine, when you reduce stimuli, when you honor your need for pauses, your body begins to trust. It understands that it can let its guard down. And that trust is built night after night, with no pressure, no forcing. Rest becomes a consequence, not a demand. This process is more about consistency than intensity. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be doable, and ongoing. The body learns from what it repeats. And when what's repeated includes low light, gentle movement, quiet sounds, or soft rituals, the body starts to respond differently. It begins to understand that sleep isn't disappearing, it's surrendering. And that surrender only happens when there's an internal space prepared for it. A space that's built from the first moments of your morning. Sleep is a reflection of how you live while awake. It's not just about turning off the lights and hoping your body will follow. Good sleep is a process that starts early, way back in the morning, with actions that seem small but have deep impact. It's like preparing the soil throughout the day so that, when night comes, rest can grow naturally. And this doesn't require perfection, just awareness and repetition. Your body responds to the signals you give. It learns from your schedule, your environment, the way you manage pauses, movement, light, and food. When you organize these elements with care, your body starts to trust. And that trust becomes a sense of safety, the kind that allows you to let go, to stop, to switch off, and to truly rest. Sleep stops being a fight and becomes a natural return inward. Even if it takes time, every small step matters. A brighter morning, a light movement, a moment of silence before bed. These little things add up. They shape, they shift, they transform your sleep. There's no magic formula. But there is a real path, one that's possible, and built from conscious choices during the day. And that path can start today, the moment you decide to treat your day like it's preparing a good night's sleep. If you've noticed that your day might be disrupting your nights, tell me in the comments. Which habit do you think has been affecting your sleep the most? What have you already tried to change in order to rest better? Sharing your experience might help others who are also searching for more peaceful nights. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way, you'll get a heads up every time a new video is released, with warm, practical, and realistic guidance for anyone who wants to sleep better without relying on magic solutions. Let's keep walking this path together, creating more mindful days and lighter nights.